Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to change a battery, and this comes at a request of one of our viewers. They just wanted some tips and hints about how to properly change a battery. So Brian, what do we got today?
Well, we're just going to put this new lawnmower battery, or newer lawnmower battery, in place of this one. And basically the big thing that you need to know with the batteries is, if you look here where it says the U1R, and this is true for most mowers in general, whether it's a U1 or a U1R, and basically all that's telling you is what side of the battery these posts are, whether it's positive over here or positive over here, or vice versa.
Okay.
And that's really the only difference. All of them, I think, are 230 amp, the cold cranking amp rated. And so, and what you want to do is, and this doesn't matter whether it's a lawnmower battery or a car, tractor, anything, you always want to start out by removing the negative terminal.
So the negative terminal first.
Yeah, because this basically is connected to the chassis. So this is connected to that.
Okay.
That's connected to that. Everything on here is connected to this. So if you're removing this, and in theory, if your wrench goes down and touches this, you're going to create a short. So by taking this loose, you've eliminated the ground of this battery. So now, if you go from here to there, look, nothing happens.
So positive to the metal or anything, you're not going to short anything out or get any weird sparks.
You're not creating a circuit there.
Right.
Whereas if this is connected, you're actually completing this circuit. And this battery, what did I say it was? Yeah, it's only 12 volt. But this thing will put out 230 amps of current if you short it out. So it's basically like a welder. And and in fact, people literally will use a couple batteries in remote locations. They'll stage them up and use them for welders where they don't have power sources, because like a lot of TIG welders and a lot of stick welders, a big stick welder, you're looking at 200 amp, and this single battery will put out 230 amp. It won't do it very long, but it has the potential to do some damage and hurt you if you're not careful. But once you disconnect that, you're good. Like I said, it doesn't matter now. So all we got to do is make sure that our orientation is correct here. And in the past, I've put this red tape on here just to make it kind of idiot proof, because like anybody, I can get in a hurry and not pay attention to what I'm doing and literally create a problem. So I just do that for convenience sake, and yeah, it just makes it all the simpler. And then some mowers or vehicles, you won't have space there to put this battery in the opposite way around. In this particular application, I don't think it would much matter. I think it would be pretty easy to turn the post around. Well, maybe not, because they'd maybe hit on this bar.
Yeah, get on the rail there.
Yeah. But
all right, so we remove that.
now we're just going to do the opposite. Connect our positive up first.
So the positive first.
Yep, and then our negative.
Okay. I knew these terminals or the leads are pretty clean on this one. You recommend that people use a wire brush or something to...
Yeah, absolutely. It's never going to hurt,
to clean up the leads. Yep. and the bolts that you're using.
Yeah, that's always a good thing to do, and especially like if you have a situation where you have a battery that, you know, you've tested the battery and it seems to be fine, but it's not charging or something like that, you know, it could pretty easily be, you know, a situation where your hosts are dirty, or a really common problem that a lot of times people overlook, and they'll replace the battery, they'll clean the terminals, and they still will have a problem. Ultimately they'll take it to a mechanic, and then what it turns out is the other end of your ground, where it mounts to the chassis, if it's not clean and if it doesn't have a good connection, it won't charge, and you're going to have, you know, the same problems as if you had a bad battery or, you know, some other issue. So yeah, really,
so good contact is important.
Yeah.
So always check your leads.
It's a really common problem with mowers and like trailers. You know, you see, I can't tell you how many friends I've had that have had problems with their trailer lights, and they've gone out, you know, replaced the lights only to have the same problem. And yeah, it had nothing to do with the lights being bad. They just didn't have a sufficient ground to the chassis of the vehicle. So yeah, in fact, I would say that, you know, for me, that's probably the first thing I would check, you know, even before I would, you know, worry about the terminals on the battery.
Okay, so a quick recap: if you're going to take a battery out, go ahead and take off the negative lead first, right? The black wire normally, and then once you know that's secured away, go ahead and remove the red one, and then remove the battery, then put the new one in, make sure all your contacts are clean, and then hook up the positive or the red lead first, and make sure it's secure, and then hook up the negative or the ground. Would you say that was it in a nutshell?
Yeah, and most batteries, the only other thing I would tell you is most batteries are going to have some type of anchor. This thing used to have one, but it's before I owned it, so.
And when you say anchor, you mean something to secure the battery from moving around?
Over the top,
right.
Or a wedge that goes into the base that actually pinches it against something.
To keep the battery from moving.
It's a really simple process. It's just the only thing you have to remember, take that negative terminal off first. That's it.
All right.
You want to test it?